Are you one of the millions of people who want a better marriage? Well, if you're like most people, you aren't going to get it. And that's what today's video is all about. I'm going to share 3 things that you can do that will increase the chance that you'll have the healthy, happy, successful marriage that you want. I'm Leslie Dories, your marriage coach, creator of the Hero Husband Project, and owner of Foundations Coaching. And if you already know that you want to have a better marriage, but you're not exactly sure what to do about it, then I invite you to get in touch with me right now. You can put a message to me in the comments. You can send me a direct message, or you can email me at Lesli, Lesli, at foundationscoachingnc.com. Now, for those of you who aren't quite sure, or you really do think you want to have a better marriage, here's the deal. Here's the reason why most of the time it doesn't work. So right now is the time of year when divorce attorneys' phones, marriage professionals' phones are ringing off the hook because people have decided as a resolution they want to improve their relationship. And the first problem is most people wait too long. Couples wait an average of 6 to 7 years before reaching out, and by that time, a lot of damage is done. Second, the focus is on your partner. If your partner would just stop doing A, B, and C, you wouldn't have to do X, Y, and Z. And that's problematic because the only person you have any control over is yourself. And the last thing that keeps people from having better marriages is they want the better marriage in theory until they're actually confronted with doing something different. And human beings are notorious for not wanting to be uncomfortable. And doing the things to make your marriage better is going to be uncomfortable for a while because it's going to be new and different. But there are actually some very specific things that you can do that don't involve your partner at all. These are things that their leadership, they are identified, known, good leadership traits. And being a leader in your marriage does not mean that you are a dictator and that your partner has to do everything you say. That is not leadership. Leadership is stepping up and doing the right thing because it's the right thing and because it works. And one of the things that I will say all the time is that nobody has to take a relationship 101 class, even though everybody should. Because if you don't understand what makes relationships work, it's really hard to be successful at them. So here are the 3 things, there's 3 leadership skills, leadership traits that if you embrace and apply consistently, you will have a better marriage. Now, the first one is that good leaders are self-aware and prioritize personal development. Now, there are things that your partner does that make you crazy and that need to be addressed. I get that. I agree with you 100%. But there are things that I know your partner has shared with you that they don't, they have difficulty with what you're doing. And the natural instinct is to get defensive and do the whataboutisms. But a good leader will take what they're being told, sift through it for the things that actually apply to them, and then work on improving them. Many years ago, now I have a hot, fast temper. Anybody who knows me knows that. And many years ago, my husband said to me, when you get upset, would you please not take a flamethrower to everything in your path? Now, he didn't ask me not to get upset because that would be like telling me not to breathe. But he made a fair request because I wouldn't even necessarily have to be upset with him for him to feel the brunt of it. And it was doing damage to our relationship. So I heard it and I went, okay, there's something here for me to work on. And there's probably something that your partner has mentioned to you. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that good leaders encourage strategic thinking, innovation, and action. Now, you cannot make somebody else do something. The best you can do is to influence them and lead by example. So, by setting goals around your marriage, what you want it to look like, learning to listen, to understand, not to persuade or correct, and developing good relational skills are ways to make your marriage better. Okay, that's leading by example, right? So if you want your partner not to get defensive, it's really important that you don't get defensive. If you want to stop the arguing, because I will tell people you can disagree, but you cannot fight by yourself. Not possible. You need a partner. So that's an area where you can actually make some progress. And the third thing is that good leaders are ethical and civic minded. Now, by ethical, it means they adhere to their own values, they live them even when it's hard. And this happens in marriage all the time, right? I hear time after time, well, my partner made me. No. Your partner can't make you do anything, right? You are in charge of your actions, reactions, behavior. And when you act from a place of value and ethics, loving kindness, respect, the things that most of us say we want, we have to show, right? When you are acting from a place that's ethical, you provide an area where your partner is going to feel safe and secure. They can count on you. They know what to expect. You're dealing with them from a place of honesty. And being civic minded means that you take a look at the whole. It's not just about you. It's about how your actions, your decisions, your behavior influence the people around you, impact the people around you. Your wife, your children, your friends, anybody who's around you. So this is about keeping the bigger picture. So again, those 3 skills: becoming self-aware and prioritizing personal development, encouraging strategic thinking, innovation, and positive action, and then finally, acting from a place that is ethical and community other-minded. So if you want some help with that, if this sounds intriguing to you, then I invite you to get in touch. Again, you can direct message me, you can put a comment in the comment section, or you can email me at Lesli, Lesli at foundationscoachingnc.com. So I hope to hear from you. Happy 2022. And until next week, stay loving.